and welcome to another edition of Canton Contact. I'm your host, Peg Stevens. My first guest today is here to tell us about a fabulous fall fundraising event that will benefit the Partnership for the Arts and Humanities. Here with all the exciting details is the Partnership's Executive Director, Jill Engel. Jill, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
I know that the Partnership always puts on the best fundraising events. What can we look forward to this fall?
Oh my goodness. We went back to Sweetest Day, unbelievably. We haven't done that in several years, just because it's difficult to get restaurants in on that day. So October 21st, we're going to be at the Village Theater. And instead of a concert, like we normally do for a fall fundraiser, we're actually doing dueling pianos. So we're going to get the crowd involved. It's going to be so much fun, sing along, and I've only done that once before, so I can't wait.
Well, it sounds incredible.
It does.
Who's the featured artist this time around?
So Midwest Dueling Pianos, they are just, recognizable from all over Michigan and even outside of Michigan. And so we're really excited that we were able to book them for our fall fundraiser. And they perform at places like Carl's Cabin and have participated with lots of people in the area too that are very familiar. Toll Brothers has used them for events, so they just do an outstanding job. Can't wait.
And this is taking place at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill?
It is. So it's great. We, it's a 400-seat theater. Every seat is terrific. So we love going there for all of our fundraisers. And that way, they're going to be doing dueling pianos on stage, so people will be able to sit and bring in their beverages into the theater and just sing along and have a great time.
And have fun.
That's right.
For those folks at home who don't know what date Sweetest Day is on this year, could you give us the date and time?
Yeah, so October 21st, it's a Saturday. There's no big college football games that night, so it's a great time to come out with your sweetheart and enjoy the Michigan holiday. We always try and do a reception the hour before. So we have a 7 o'clock reception and then 8 o'clock show for 2 hours. So it's 3 hours. It's a $25 ticket, and that includes the reception and the performance. So it's a great opportunity, great date night.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun. Can you walk us through the reception? What can folks expect?
Definitely. So what we do typically for the reception is we have local restaurants that actually donate all of the food for that event. And it's tough on Sweetest Day because people need to be out in the restaurants. So this year we did a little twist. We decided to do pizza and some craft beers. So that seems to be a big hit lately. So we have 3 local area pizzerias that are all donating pizza. Rose's Restaurant, Palermo's Pizzeria, and also Tony Sacco's. So the 3 of them, and it's not full meals by any means, but everyone's going to get just a sample slice from each of those 3 restaurants. And then we'll have a cash bar for the craft beer, which we always have on cash bar we always do, but the craft beer is something new. It's not something that the theater typically carries. And so craft beer has been just such a big hit lately that we opted to have the theater bring that in for that one night only. So people are going to get to purchase full-size beers to take into the theater that night that they normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do. So we're excited to do something different.
And I know there are a lot of delicious craft beers that are out there.
There are. The Canton Historical Society just did an event on September 9th, and it was called Beers, Brats, and Bands. Beer, Brat, and Bands.
In the barn.
At the barn.
Yes.
And I actually attended the event this year. It was amazing. And so what we've kind of done is taken a look at their most popular beers that night and what the patrons really loved. And that's what we're going off of to order for our night for dueling pianos. So we'll have a great selection there for people to purchase.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
Yes, I agree.
Now, who is sponsoring this event this year?
Oh, that's great. We're so blessed that we have so many different people in the community that sponsor our events, but Community Financial Credit Union, and they help sponsor typically one of our events every year. So we're really excited and very thankful for them to be sponsoring this event that night.
Oh, absolutely. Now, it is a fundraising event.
It is.
Where will the funds eventually go?
It is. So the Partnership for Arts and Humanities, we're a 501c3. Right now, what we're doing, though, is we are constructing a $3 million visual arts center called the Village Arts Factory in Cherry Hill Village. It is a block west of the Village Theater. And right now, we're in the process of finishing up renovating the two nationally historic buildings on our property that were originally built by Henry Ford back in 1943. So the funding that we raised from this fundraiser is going towards our project. And the Veterans Dormitory is actually going to be done next month. We've got Ford Motor Company come out, and we've got about 30 volunteers. They're going to paint the interior of the dormitory. But the Ford factory, we took off the mansard roof to take it back to its original architecture. Elevators going in, electric. We're going to put back in the full-size windows. So funding's going to probably go to the Ford factory, which eventually is going to be an education tenant that is going to teach skilled trades. So we're really excited. The proposal right now is to have education for students during the day and veterans in the evening. So hopefully we'll be able to announce that tenant before the end of the year.
Oh, how exciting.
So, lots of great stuff.
Yes, yes, and lots of progress.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's very exciting. It's been a process. We purchased this property back in 2012. We had to do planning for 2 years, pre-construction for a year, and then last year we started renovations. And it's a process. It's not something, but thankfully we've had a lot of businesses, and then we most recently just got a $90,000 grant from the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs. So we're very thankful again to so many people, and we're looking forward to do a capital campaign with residents in the community next year.
Oh, wonderful. Now, when do you anticipate the timeline, everything to be completed?
Oh gosh,
I wish it would stay.
I wish it would stay on timeline. The historic buildings, the goal was for both of them to be done by the end of this year, and that is still our goal. Parking lot for the historic buildings will be done in the spring, and we'll start fundraising for our 32,000 square foot warehouse next year. So that will be the final building, and it won't be done until probably early 2019. So we're doing our very best, and the biggest thing that people can do is just sign up for our newsletter and sign up for our social media and make sure that you stay connected and involved so that you see our progress.
Absolutely. Well, we're almost out of time, so if you wouldn't mind, please recap to your fundraising event and tell folks where they can go to get tickets.
Perfect. So Dueling Pianos on Sweetest Day, Village Theater in Cherry Hill Village. And it is Saturday, October 21st, 7 o'clock reception, 8 o'clock show. You can go to our website and be able to, there's a link on there to get tickets, or you can go directly to the Village Theater website or call the Village Theater. And you actually get to select your seat that night too. So they get to select their seats. And it's not just for couples, bring your friends. So whether it's friends or couples, it's a great night out, a lot of fun, and we hope to see everybody there.
Excellent. Well, Jill, thank you so much for stopping by and giving us the inside scoop on your fall fundraiser and this fabulous project.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
We will be right back with more on Canton Contact.
Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road so that everyone can make it home.
Hey! Looking for a place to celebrate a special occasion? The Summit on the Park is the place for you! Offering a variety of theme party packages like Aquatic Center, Build-A-Buddy, and Splash Playground. Pick themes such as cars and trucks, Hollywood, luau, princess, safari, sports, and superheroes. For more information, call 734-394-5323.
Welcome back to Canton Contact. Joining me now to tell us about another exciting season at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill is Canton's Performing Arts Coordinator, Joe Kavoriak. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Peg. Thanks for having me.
I understand that you are putting the finishing touches on another exciting season, your 2017-2018 performance schedule. What types of shows can we look forward to this season?
Well, we have a whole variety of shows. We're going to kick off our season actually in November with Be the Underwater Bubble Show, which is a really cool show that I think anyone can enjoy from ages 8 to 80. It's a Cirque du Soleil inspired show that has mime and acrobatics and magic and most importantly, a lot of bubbles. And so it should be really cool, high production values. It's actually coming from Europe. And so we're really quite excited, the whole crew over at the theater is, because they get to play with these guys in their bubbles. So it should be really exciting, and that's on November 25th.
Excellent.
And then we'll also be bringing back for New Year's Eve the Detroit Circus, so people can expect some more of the same that they've seen in the past. And then I'm really starting to dive into the details right now of the Simon and Garfunkel. We're bringing a tribute band called Old Friends. And we're going to give as much of the feeling of that 1981 famous Central Park experience to people that attend. So we'll have some New York inspired food in the audience. I'm planning on changing some of the decor. And then we'll try to set the atmosphere inside the theater as best as we can as they actually replicate this playlist from that concert. And that's on January 20th.
How exciting!
Yeah,
well, it
yeah.
sounds like you really have something for everyone.
Yes, exactly. That was my whole intention with when I planned the season, is I wanted something for everyone, something for families, something for people maybe a little bit older, and just something that everyone can enjoy. I hope to make the Village Theater a really big piece of the Canton community.
Absolutely. Now, getting back to Be the Underwater Bubble Show, tell us a little bit about that particular production, because it sounds so unique and it sounds like a wonderful experience that you don't normally get access to.
Yeah, you normally don't. And so we were fortunate enough to be able to book this troupe. And so the whole show is all about escaping from your everyday life and the stress of that, and sometimes you have to drift away into this magical world and let music and art take you away. And they actually visit undersea. But don't worry, you don't need any scuba gear or anything like that. It's beautiful through puppets and mime and the magic of theater, and some beautiful music that's actually composed by some European artists that are very well known.
So it actually is, there's a great plot to it.
Yes,
it
there's
is
a plot. And
very
it's all
inspiring and
follows,
uplifting.
Yes, and it follows someone that's trying to relieve themselves from stress and journeys through the underwater with the bubbles through the show.
And the magic of live theater, there are actual bubbles and all sorts of
and
gadgets and gimmicks. And
right.
So it really is a unique experience.
Yeah, it is. And people, the number one question people are always asking, like, what are the bubbles made of? And trying to explain, they're made of everything. Sometimes it's actual bubbles through different contraptions. Sometimes it's an actual ball with people playing and rolling in the balls. And so there's all kinds of different types of bubbles. So it'd be really neat, even just that, to see what they do with the different types of bubbles.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it would be
no,
great.
I understand there are 2 shows of that production?
There's a 2 p.m. and a 6 p.m.
And again, in terms of the plot and everything, it really is for all ages.
Yes, it is absolutely for all ages.
What's the youngest child you would recommend bringing?
I would probably recommend around 5 or 6 would probably be the youngest I would go, just to make sure that they can understand it. And there will be a lot of things happening, so not to overstimulate anyone. And so I would say probably about 5 or 6.
Okay, all the way up to 99, I'm sure.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, what other shows can we look forward to?
Sure. After Simon and Garfunkel, we also have Frank Ferrante, who does a Groucho Marx one-man show. He'll be coming in to visit us with that show, and that show has been featured on PBS. It's been performed in London and Chicago and New York, so I'm really excited to have a high-caliber one-man show about a very funny historical figure coming into our space. And then we also will have the Second City returning this year on March 31st. and that show is Look Both Ways Before Talking, which is just kind of a play about where we're at in our country and being careful about what you say in front of who is to not to offend. And so that should be very funny. And then we also have Love Fest, The Beloved Shall Not Be Named, which is a cultural experience that explores other cultures, particularly in the Middle East, through music and through dance. And it should be a really beautiful show. And I think something kind of unique for people that you don't get to see every day anywhere else.
It sounds like you are bringing some really top-notch acts to Canton.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm very excited to do that, and again, something for everyone is really, I think, an important feature of the season.
And getting back to the Groucho Marx production, I saw it on PBS, loved it, cannot wait to see it in person. Great. Again, what ages do you think that particular production would be good for?
I think that production is really more for an older audience. So probably adults. I wouldn't bring children to that show, probably not necessarily, unless you have an 8-year-old that's a really big Groucho Marx fan, which they could be out there, because there's nothing inappropriate about it. But
Sure.
I think really more it appeals to an older demographic.
Absolutely, because with the sharp wit and the take
style.
on life, absolutely. Now we're almost out of time, so if folks want to get their tickets, where should they go?
They should go to CantonVillageTheater.org. They can go there 24 hours, 7 days a week, or they can also visit the theater Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Excellent. So if they purchase tickets online, they can either print vouchers at home or pick them up at will
call? They can
call?
pick them up at the will call. Yep.
Excellent. And then if they want to take a chance, they can actually show up an hour before the production time?
An hour before the production time, the box office will open and you can purchase tickets to any show.
But we don't want folks to do that. We want to make sure that they get a seat, especially some of these have sold out in the past, and I'm sure they will this time around too.
Yes.
Now, real quick, in terms of the variety of productions, if folks for families, what shows are the must-see productions this season?
I think people would want to see the Underwater Bubble Show, Detroit Circus. We also have two Grammy-nominated musicians coming in. Brady Reimer will be here on February 24th. And then on May 12th, we'll have Tim Kubar. Both those gentlemen have been nominated for Grammy Awards, and they will both be at the Canton Village Theater.
And I've checked out the videos, and they are very talented performers.
Yes, we're very excited. In fact, Tim Kubar can be seen on the network show, on Sprout, and his show, The Sunny Side Up, where he's a writer, producer, performer, and it's quite incredible.
So it sounds like there are going to be some unique opportunities at the Canton Village Theater this season.
That's correct. Yes.
And once again, for more information and to get tickets, where should folks go?
Visit CantonVillageTheater.org.
Excellent. Joe, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about your upcoming season.
Thanks for having me, Peg.
We will be right back with more Canton Contact.
Canton has 3 of the top 10 most dangerous intersections in Wayne County. They are all located on Ford Road at Haggerty, Lilly, and Canton Center. A majority of Canton car accidents are rear-end accidents. While driving, be sure to leave a safe driving distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. The main purpose of a safe driving distance is to give yourself time to react and brake for a vehicle or object that suddenly stops in front of you. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road so that everyone can make it home.
This plus this equals this plus this and this. Don't drink and drive.
Welcome back to Canton Contact. My next guest is here to tell us about several upcoming Spotlight Players productions that are scheduled to take place at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill. Here with all the exciting information is Spotlight Players producer Laura Kitzman. Laura, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I understand that Spotlight Players are hard at work, working on several upcoming productions. But before we get to those, why don't you give us a brief history about the Spotlight Players?
So Spotlight Players, we are celebrating our 71st season this year, and we were originally called the Plymouth Theater Guild, and we performed at the Northville Regional Psychiatric Hospital up in Northville. And then in 2004, when the Village Theater opened, we formed a partnership with the Village Theater, and we have changed our name to Spotlight Players in 2004, and we've been there ever since.
Absolutely.
Enjoying it,
and,
yes.
And very successful there.
Very successful.
Now,
yeah.
I understand that there are several groups within the Spotlight Players. Could you tell us briefly about that?
Yes, there are 3 groups within Spotlight Players. We have our Spotlight Youth Players, which are kids 20 and under, and they do children-only shows. And then the other group is the Spotlight Players, which is actors of all ages. We mainly focus on the main stage shows with the Spotlight Players group. And then the last group is our senior group, actors ages 50 and older, called Still Got It Players. And they focus mainly on comedies in the Biltmore studio.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, I know that there are some theater lovers in our audience who have always maybe thought about getting involved. How can they get involved with the Spotlight Players?
There are so many ways to get involved. We are a nonprofit 501c3 charity organization, but beyond that, you know, there, in addition to acting and singing and dancing, there are a lot of things behind the scenes where you can get involved, directing and producing and choreography and music directing, musician. We have set builders and spotlight operators and fly rail operator. There's so many places to get involved. Even beyond that, there's places like on the board in marketing and storage unit and finance, a lot of different areas where anybody can really become involved and help out with our organization.
Sounds like a lot of wonderful opportunities.
Oh, a lot of opportunities for sure.
And
Yes.
if they wanted to take that next step, where should they go to get more information?
Okay, so you can contact us through our website. You can contact any of the people on the board by clicking on our name. Now, our website is spotlightplayersmi.org. You can also call our phone number, 734-480-4945. You can email me directly, lkitzman@spotlightplayersmi.org. We also have a P.O. box. It's right there on the website. So there's 3 ways to contact us.
Great.
Yeah.
Now let's get to your current season. What is currently in production?
So our current production is Men Are Dogs. It's a very funny comedy. It's going to be put on by our senior group, the Still Got It Players, and they have been rehearsing, and it is just coming along wonderfully. It's a great opportunity to be involved in those rehearsals. Even though I've been attending them all along, it's still extremely funny just to even sit through the rehearsals and enjoy the rehearsals. So I can't wait for audiences to have a chance to come and laugh at the great storyline. So.
Absolutely. And it is a comedy. When are the production dates and what is the plot like?
Oh, so the plot. Okay, so it is Dr. Cecilia Monahan. That's the psychiatrist, and she runs a single women and divorced women's support group, and she has some very unusual methods of running a support group,
Sure.
a therapy session, and it really is extremely funny, and it's like one after another. It's like rolling comedies. So it's really, for anyone that wants to come and laugh, it's going to be a great evening or afternoon of shows.
When are those shows taking place?
So it runs November 3rd through 5th and November 10th through 12th at the Biltmore Studio in the Village Theater. The Friday and Saturday performances are at 7:30 and Sunday performances are at 2 p.m.
Oh, great.
So-
And the tickets are very reasonable.
Oh,
Where can
yes.
folks get tickets?
So the tickets are at cantonvillagetheater.org, and they're only $16 to $18 each. You can also purchase them by calling the box office at 734-394 5300. You can also purchase them at the box office 1 hour before the show starts if there are still tickets available. We've had sellouts. Last weekend we had sellouts and people had to be turned away. So it's best, if you would like to go to the show, to go ahead and purchase your tickets online.
Absolutely. So what else can we look forward to this season?
So the next one that's in production, a really cute show, is A Christmas Story. It's the classic traditional Red Ryder BB gun. You'll shoot your eye out. It's going to be a really fun show. It's already in rehearsal. We have a fantastic cast lined up, some really great young actors. So yeah, we have children and adults in that one. So that's a main Spotlight Players show.
What are the dates for that one?
That one is going to run November 30th through December 3rd in the Biltmore Studio at the Village Theater. The Thursday, Friday, and Saturday performances are at 7:30, and Saturday and Sunday are at 2 p.m. The tickets are going to be $16 to $18 each, and it's the same process as before. You can go to cantonvillagetheater.org. You can call the box office at 734-394-5300, or you can purchase them 1 hour before showtime.
Oh, great. Now, we're almost out of time, but is there anything that we should look forward to later on in the year?
Right. So after A Christmas Story, we have The Adventures of Dr. Dolittle, auditions January 2nd and 4th. The performance dates are March 8th through 11th. Then the big main stage musical is going to be Annie. So auditions for that are February 19th and 20th. Performance dates April 27th through 29th, May 4th through 6th. And then another Still Got It comedy called Heaven Help Me. That auditions March 12th and 13th with performance dates May 17th through 20th.
Excellent. So if folks want more information or to get tickets, where should they go?
So our website is spotlightplayersmi.org. You can call us at 734-480-4945, or you can email me directly at lkitzman@spotlightplayersmi.org.
Oh, great. Laura, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us what's coming up for the Spotlight Players.
You're very welcome.
And real quick, are men dogs?
Yes.
Go see the show and find out,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Thank you so much, Laura.
You're very welcome.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Canton Contact.